Our community's been shaped by two grand forces, the drama makers and its peacemakers. Without these people, a lot of insane and frankly crazy events that transpired would have turned this community into a hole. A lot of sub-drama and critical information would have been lost if Ranters weren't there to shed light on them. A lot of people wouldn't have been helped if Ranters didn't reach out to help and support. Ranters have done a lot for this community, and despite there being a lot of aspiring commentary gacha tubers that have yet to break into the main algorithm, I feel like I should go back in time and give my appreciation to the ones that have, whether they're still here or have gone on with other endeavors in time. So, who are we talking about today? Nyx Fortune. If you're an OG, then you know Nyx Fortune. I want to say the OG renter of the community. I actually don't remember, but she was definitely among the most popular ones back in 2019 to 2021. Nyx was a very prominent gacha renter, and one of the initiators for gacha tubers we would come to associate the renter title to. Along with Flo, Zike, and Leo Snowy, they would go on to create the Commentary Gang, founded by Leo Snowy, who later on got kicked because of controversy. Nyx would rant about many subjects in the community, whether they be trends, gacha tubers, or other topics. She was known to be upfront, unapologetic, and very serious in most of her videos. With that, she gained the respect of many, which explains why she was the renter most people would come to when drama surfaced. Unfortunately, she would go on to quit to focus more on her studies. The only source I have is my memory. I'm pretty sure her quitting video mentioned that, and went on to relay the ownership of her channel to Vivixia, who kinda didn't do anything with it. She was actually known to make pretty abrasive and unnecessarily disrespectful rants, using a ranting style with a lot of curses, not much constructive criticism. Pretty much it didn't really help anyone. MachaTea made a rant on it. Check it out. So she was pretty disliked from the get-go and was just in general a completely different vibe from what we were used to with Nyx. She did attempt to initiate gacha projects, however, such as grouping a team of writers and editors to create a little storyline. I would know. I was actually a part of that. However, we were all kicked out of the server for no reason, and then shortly after Vivi quit with no prior notice, ending the era of Nyx Fortune. MachaTea. Matcha was sort of an underdog in the renter space. Having been around from the Nyx Fortune era all the way to the Hatsumi Ro case, her rants were very often about recent dramas and situations. She would tackle the issue with respect and a level of maturity not many renters had. She also wasn't afraid to call out other renters, such as Vivixia. Although she was not very well known and had only 9,000 subscribers, Matcha would act like a sort of guide and informer on latest news of the community. She hasn't been active for more than a year now because, well, the community is dead as fuck, so there isn't much to talk about for anyone. However, personally, the presence she left behind is definitely felt. I wanted to include PandaLover in this, however, every trace of information about her has just been blanked out of the internet. I generally can't find anything, and I also can't remember much about her since I didn't follow her or watch her videos before. She was a part of the Commentary Gang in its last days, so she must have been relatively big. Only thing I seem to remember is that she went into drama with someone and that led to her departure. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure she went into drama for a while, but not if it's why she quit or disappeared from the internet. Take this with a grain of salt. Astri-Nomical. Astri was definitely more on the chill and comical side of gacha commentary. Her ranting style was more laid back than other ranters, while still being able to remain honest and grounded. Astri would mostly rant about the latest news of the community, and she kinda liked going after other gacha tubers who were being suspicious and problematic themselves. She had made a name for herself by being real and confronting other popular gacha tubers' misconducts and dramas without fear of any backlash. So yeah, she caught people's shit basically. Unfortunately, she suddenly came to a halt and remained occasionally active on her community tab, where she would make a post once a year, her earliest post being 2 months ago. She's still quote-unquote active, but with how nothing's happening in this community and how it's just frankly boring, I'm not sure she'll come back. Zike. Zike was one of the OGs in the Gacha renting space. Originally a part of the commentary gang, he's been around for ages and has delivered quite a lot of rents over the years. His renting style is fairly similar to Astri's. Way back in the past, however, he was way more serious and careful in his words. Now he just kinda doesn't care. This channel was originally his alt. Very closely to 100,000 subscribers, his main account got hacked and he unfortunately could not get it back. Nevertheless, he still continued making videos, but over the years he gradually made less and less until just kinda stopping for obvious reasons. And also because he probably just outgrew Gacha, I believe. He was also flopping and started saying wild shit. Personally, I've kept watching Zike and his journey, so I more or less know the situation with YouTube. I saw the decline in real time and yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. And although we haven't spoken in a long time, I think he's a very cool person. I hope he succeeds in whatever endeavors he's in at the moment. Cherilyx. Cheri is a relatively new gacha renter in this space, and one of the most known today. Starting out only 2 years ago, she was able to make a name for herself and go on to join the new gen version of the commentary gang, composed of Pochitrix, Jack the Baron, Lixie, and herself. Her renting style is definitely more tame than what we've been used to, using a very laid-back, calm, and gentle renting style than others, which is quite a change of pace that feels refreshing. She mostly makes rants about the latest news yet again, while at the same time exploring other fandoms, which is definitely interesting. As of today, she's still very much active and continuing her renting career. You're rocking it, Cheri. Pochitrix. Pochi has been around for 3 years and is at the very top of the chill side of gacha commentary. His style of renting is very grounded, very laid back, very factual, and mostly using humor to educate. He, yet again, mostly ranted about the latest news of the community, while at times making memes and featuring his friends in his videos. As of now, he's kinda stopped posting, affirming in one of his newest community posts, it being 2 months ago, that the community's been too fucking boring, nothing's happening, so there's nothing to do, and also we're outgrowing gacha, while at the same time sharing personal issues and how he's unhappy with the way his life is currently, and how he'd like to try out content somewhere else, have a change of pace and a different environment to see if he could find happiness there. It's definitely understandable. I wish you luck wherever you go, Pochi. Whether you come back or not, you won't be forgotten. Lastly, you know her, Flotalendy, the biggest gacha renter of our community. Flo's been around ever since the start, a true OG, all the way from the commentary gang era to our day and age. She mostly deals herself with most of the drama in the community. She's repeatedly been at the forefront of the latest situations as support and peacemaking, adopting a factual, objective, and strictly informatory, no BS renting style. She's the only fully gacha renter that surpassed 100,000 subscribers, which is definitely deserved, covering and sorting out the most important topics that our community has been through, such as the Wise Fox and Mikaro drama, the Chibimation dramas, the Senna and Pochi drama, so much so that she's stated being tired of it all at some point. She's also in quite literally everything related to the creation of our new games. She's a developer for Gacha Life 2 and 3, she's a Chibimation co-director, I mean what the f***. Flo is genuinely everywhere, and naturally for good reasons. She's been probably the most unproblematic gacha renter we've had. She's gone out of her own will to help others in their situations and issues. She's helping out new games and listens to the community while doing so. She's definitely earned her place righteously. As of now, she's still very much active. She is the co-director of Chibimation, a fully new and loony-less game made by veterans of the community, and she mostly posts Chibimation related content as of now. Which, you know, marketing, something many should follow, because the community's been boring as fuck and everyone's waiting for new games. Let's be real now. Flo has truly made the biggest impact in our community by promoting support, selflessness, and sleepless nights. These were the most impactful ranters of our community, the ones that really shaped it into what it is today. And although there were many more and still are, these ones were at the forefront of most situations our communities had. The commentary content of our fandom has still ways to go and has still the potential of evolving into something major. However, the algorithm's not on our side and not many are interested either. I feel like everyone's waiting for dramas or something. However insane that may be, the niche worked because there were a lot of dramas to talk about. So their reduction doesn't exactly help these types of creators. It's good that they have stopped, however some just inevitably had to wrap it up and become irrelevant. So yeah. What? No, I'm not gonna say the obvious. I mean, it's been months now that I've spammed this stupid ass line. I don't want to anymore. I don't need to anymore. On the contrary, I am announcing the release date of my Gacha visual novel game Audition and Fan Discord server, launching in less than 2 weeks. As of now, and when you hear this, you know I'm not the most reliable person when it comes to promises or release dates. However, when I say this in a video, it means I am certain that will be at least close. So no later than a week, if I ever don't keep my word. By the way, you still have all the applications in the description for the roles you will see here on screen if you ever want to join. Keep in mind, I'll upload an audition video along with it, since it is the release of the audition server, so naturally that's going to be a part of the package. And there, you'll receive every information you'll need. I'll upload it in the weekend of the 17th or on the 18th, on the weekend for sure. I will also be making promotional content on the community posts at the same time, so stay on the lookout for all of that, since it is probably after everything will be uploaded that I'll upload the audition video. Feels like we're finally going places with this, huh? Good, good. Now do not let this flop, I dare you all. With that said, hope you enjoyed the video, and until we see each other again, ciao. This took way too much fucking time.